Well, Metal Gear Solid 2 really needs no introduction. Basically, there's one question about the game now that it's finally out, and the question is, was it worth the wait? And the answer is yes. Metal Gear Solid 2 is, of course, the sequel to the 1998 PlayStation game that a lot of people regard as one of the best PlayStation games ever, if not one of the best games of all time. So when Metal Gear Solid 2 was announced last year, a lot of people got really, really excited about it, if not just because it was the sequel, the next chapter in Solid Snake's adventures, then because what was shown of the game when it was premiered was really, really impressive. Really realistic characters, great music, incredibly realistic animation and motion, and some of the things that were revealed or hinted at about the plot just made it seem really, really exciting. The gameplay has already been proven. A demo of the game was released with Zone of the Enders earlier this year. And by and large, Metal Gear Solid 2 does play a lot like that. You're trying to sneak around, you're trying not to be seen because you're alone and you're outnumbered, and the guards you're up against are quite powerful, but the only advantage you have is that they don't know you're there, and you're pretty stealthy. You can get around without alerting them as long as they don't see you. So at your disposal, you have you start out with a tranquilizer gun, so you could put them out. But otherwise, your best bet is to sneak past them. And in fact, you can't just go around shooting them down, either with deadly weapons or with tranquilizers, because even if you knock out all the guards in a room, sometimes their boss will radio in asking, why they haven't sent in a status report, and reinforcements will pour in, wondering what's up. I can't talk about the story of the game for your own sake, because it's really one of the best parts about the game, and it's a huge part of the game too. A lot of Metal Gear Solid 2 is spent watching the story, not actually playing the game. That does open up Metal Gear Solid 2 to some criticism, I suppose. Some would argue that you're supposed to play a game and not just sit there and watch it. Why not just go to the movies or watch TV or something like that? Well, it's because Metal Gear Solid 2 is better than what's playing in the movies or what's on TV.
Freeze. Huh?
The cinematics, the animation there is spectacular. It's easily on par with the best Hollywood movies or best Hong Kong action movies. The voice acting throughout the game is really well done. It's a bit forced. It sounds more like a cartoon than like real people talking, but it's very entertaining throughout. The characters are well defined and interesting and memorable. It's the sort of game that really sticks with you. And Metal Gear Solid 2 is considerably longer than the first one. It's closer to 20 hours, probably maybe 15 if you really try to get through it quickly, and less if you skip the plot. But you would never want to do that because the plot is such an integral part of the game. One of the things that Konami revealed about the game was that the world of it would be very, very detailed. And in the first trailer that was shown, you'd see these gun battles and all kinds of like bottles bursting and bags of flour popping open and things getting hit and reacting like they would in real life. And another question that people had was, well, would the whole game really be that detailed? And the answer pretty much is yes. It's quite incredible how much you could do within the game world. if you really don't want to buy Metal Gear Solid 2 for some reason, you could get away with renting it. You could probably finish it in a dedicated weekend. But that said, it is a game you'll want to play more than once. You'll want to show it to other people. It's something you absolutely need to play.